your host, now Frazier. And y'all already know, man, when y'all see this face, we got to talk about some things pertaining to the Philadelphia Eagles. But we got breaking news first and foremost that I was not expecting today. Um, if you look at the title, if you've seen the title, Jalen Carter is out for the rest of this regular season for the most part, as he has gotten a procedure on both of his shoulders. We also kind of already knew about one of his shoulders. He's been dealing with this past off season and things like that. But now it seems to be that both of his shoulders have been giving him problems. So this is some unforeseen circumstance. So I don't know, man. I was gonna hop on here and make a video today, talk about the Chargers and all that, but then this happened, and I said, you know what, just let me just go live and just give y'all good people the crazy news actually, as well as the Captain Petullo situation with his house getting egged, um, or vandalized, whatever you want to call it. He is giving a press conference. I want to say either yesterday or today, talking about that situation. I do expect this team to rally around him in some type of way with the execution on the play calls. I know we all been talking about the play calling all season. Um, it could be better in a lot of areas, but then also with the players that we're losing. Like I just said, we lost Jalen Carter now for who knows next 6 games. They want him back for the playoffs, but who knows if he comes back for the playoffs if he's even ready. So this season is just it just hasn't been the season that we've been looking for. Overall, yes, we are 8-4, but losing some of these games the way we've lost them, it's been mostly the offensive play calling, but then also players' health and execution as well. Bears game terrible, man. If you got a chance to catch my last live, I talked about that. A lot of plays missed on Jalen Hurts' behalf, which it's going to happen, man. You can't expect him to go out here every game, and I'm not trying to make no excuses for him because he needs to make those plays because this offense is inept already. But your quarterback is gonna miss plays, man. I watch other games. I've seen the Rams. I've seen Stafford throw a couple picks in his game. Josh Allen, I already know how I feel about Josh Allen. He's another player. A couple of picks here, whatever the case may be. So you're going to have those games as a quarterback, but overall, man, this offense is like by now we would. I ain't gonna lie. By now, like I said, like by week 5, by week 6, I kind of figured that we would have a better looking offense, but it's still not there yet. Situation now with Jalen Carter, now with our defense, who was the bright spot in this on this team, is now taking a huge hit with the core piece in Jalen Carter. So I would like to see what they do with this upcoming Chargers game, how they're going to play that. We got ran all on two Pauls, but we got ran on by the Chicago Bears with two of their running backs, DeAndre Swift, and I can't never think of the rookie's name or say the rookie's name, but we got to tighten that up, man, because the Chargers have two running backs that can yo, what's going on? The Chargers got two running backs that can run real crazy, so we got to make sure we tighten up with the run defense. Their defense really hasn't been allowing too many points per game, so with the offense that we have, it's going to be, and I don't want to say this because nothing has really changed. Like I said, I hear the coaches say what they say. You're going to try this, you got a wrinkle here, and then you get to the game and then you don't see it. Uh, so I'm hoping that this offense just comes out with something a little bit more grit to them. Like I said, hopefully they can rally behind Captain Petullo with this situation that's happened to him and his family. Um, Also with that, I don't even understand it. I know we all upset about the offensive play calling with this team, but overall, you can't be going around egging people's cribs, man. He has a family, he has kids. I know if you come to my crib, it ain't gonna be pretty. So we just gonna leave it at that. So hopefully that this team can rally around Kevin Petullo, execute the plays as they're called. He said he's not going up into the box and things like that. But at the same time, I feel like that might be better for him. Get him away from the sideline, get him away. And I said this earlier in the season. Maybe because they said he's been up there. Maybe he's just used to being up there. This is a little different change of scenery for him. Now you can't see the whole field like you were able to see the field before. So I just hope that he gets it together because we kind of do need him to get it together because you're going to bring another OC in here. I had even given some options on Twitter because I was watching not first take. What's my man name? The punter on ESPN. But what is my man name? I can't even think of my buddy name for the Colts. McCaffrey. Is it McCaffrey? What's buddy name? Don't even matter. But I was watching his show, and he had McCarthy on there, and I was like, you know what? We didn't have success before with the Dallas OC. Let's go see if McCarthy, wants to be an OC. He's won a Super Bowl before, had a couple top ranked offenses as he as a play caller. So I feel like maybe that could be an option if this doesn't work out with Kevin Petullo. Even bringing McCarthy in for some type of consultant. I don't know what the Frank Wright situation is. I know people were speculating that he might come in because the situation at Stanford is over. But somebody got to come in here, man. Unless something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about with the play calling, I don't know. But it's been very inept, and I feel like it's just time. It's been time. So they also got some other players, not players, but other coaches on the staff. The guy from Bowling Green and things like that, who's played called plays before, but you know. I don't know if they want to make that transition just yet. Nick Sirianni isn't leaning toward that. I mean, he probably want to finish out with Kevin Petullo, see how the season, continues on. But I feel like with this Chargers game coming up Monday, Jalen Carter being out, so you can't really rely on that defense to be, what it's been. You're kind of starting to see some cracks and things like that, especially with this last game against the Chicago Bears, man. Like I said, they just ran all over us. Um, and it's like Vic didn't really, nothing that he can really do or try to do. So um, I'm just hoping, man, for the best. You got Dallas playing tonight. They play the Lions, right? I feel like the Lions can win. They're playing in Detroit, things like that. But I ain't going to cap, man. Dallas has been red hot, man. They've been doing what they're supposed to do at this time of the year. But at the same time, we know Dallas, though. I ain't going to give them too much credit. We know Dallas, man. Like I said, I'll be 33 in January, and I ain't never seen them boys go to a Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens with that. But at the same time, the Philadelphia Eagles do have to take care of business, man. Regardless of what the situation is with Jalen Carter or anybody that we're missing, however this offense is being called and things like that, we have to rise above all of that if we're trying to get back to a Super Bowl. I feel like a lot of teams, got a hard path trying to get to that Super Bowl. Got to play a lot of conference games amongst themselves, so the NFC conference can go either way. Right now, we hold the third seed, with the Chicago Bears having number one. And I think the Rams are number two. I want to say so. Um, so, like I said, five. What is it? 5, 6 more weeks. We'll see how this all pans out. But overall, man, I just need the Philadelphia Eagles to get their offense together, man. Especially with all this going on. Like I said, with the Kevin Petullo situation. People were putting fire Kevin Petullo signs on Patterson Ave. So it's like you have to figure out a way like to either get this run game going, pass game going, something going, man, because it just looks like we don't know what we got going on out there, man. And like I said, with Jalen Carter being out, man, we cannot rely on his defense. They weren't really getting home, all like that. Yo, what's going on? Shout out to Jersey too, but yeah, man, just we can't keep relying on this defense to keep bailing us out. And this kind of goes back to what AJ Brown was saying in the beginning of the year. See, and this is what I was trying to tell y'all. If y'all don't play a sport, y'all just gonna be like, oh, he's being a diva. Nah, man. This is the number one wide receiver on the team. He wants the ball, yes, of course, but him getting the ball entails usually us winning. So my thing is, when people were sitting here talking about let's get AJ Brown out of here, let's send him off to East Bumble, you know what? Why? Like, why would you want to get worse? That's why I kept trying to rally around him because this is what he was talking about. This is the time of the year where, like I said, the Cowboys are starting to find ways to put it together, and we're trying to figure out an identity. The fact that we're still talking about an identity in week, 14, 13 is crazy. It's crazy to me, man. You got a great offense, got great players on that offense. Why are we why are we struggling like this, man? And then I also got to look at Nick Sirianni. Like I'm not calling for nobody's job, like at least Nick's job. Kevin Petullo, if he get demoted, whatever the case may be, I understand. But with Nick Sirianni, this is his team, this is his offense. Why is it? like when he doesn't have an experienced offensive play caller, that this doesn't look right. Now, yeah, we are 8-4. Don't get me wrong. I know, we still complaining, but the way we are losing is crazy to me sometimes. A lot of things just don't be getting done. They said they're the highest in hitch routes. Where the crossing routes at, man? Where are the things we were doing that made us successful before? I'm not seeing it, man. You might get a little sprinkle here, but boy, don't let that work. Don't let that work because they're not gonna go back to it. So it's like it's frustrating, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I've been. I ain't gonna say not. I ain't gonna say upset, but it's just like you look. I look forward to the Eagles playing, but then when you start to see them play and you watch them, and you're like, all right, see, this the issue I'm talking about. This the stuff I'm talking about. You might have a couple of good plays in the penalty. That's on the players. Like I can't blame coaching for that. All these penalties every week, that's on the players. They got to be more focused. But with us being a successful team and going to the playoffs year in and year out, it takes a toll on the players, man. That's why you kind of got Jalen Carter in the situation that he's in, man. We played the Super Bowl last year. This is the reason why teams usually don't go back to the Super Bowl. You take a beating just trying to get to that joint. So for somebody like Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, for them guys to keep going back and back and back, it's a test of the success that they are able to sustain. So shout out to those guys. But with the Philadelphia Eagles, I feel like this past off season, man, and I had said it in my previous videos when we were talking about the draft and things like that, that they needed to go out here and get offensive players for the offensive line. Usually, that was Howie's go-to thing when it came to the draft, but now we've been getting away from different things. The defense has been getting taken care of. Of course, the offense has been showed up with not Jalen Carter, AJ Brown, and you got Jalen Hurts and all those guys signed and things like that. But that offensive line with Landon Dickerson, who was kind of unexpected taking that injury. But Cam Jurgens was a big one to me because a back surgery or anything to do with the back, I feel like is very significant. You can't just feel like, doctor says, oh, he'll be good because it's something minor, whatever the case may be. I know it's other things that they say he's dealing with too, but I really feel like it's that back. And they're trying to, not cover it up, but, trying to mask it. So, but I just felt like going into this season, I know they went and got Willie Lampkin, but he wasn't able to play. Hoping to get him back and see him sometime soon, man. Because between him, maybe Brett Toth playing, I don't know, but that offensive line is not up to snuff, man. And I feel like they got to get some other guys in there if they want to do some of these concepts that they're trying to do. I'm sitting here watching the Bears game, man. God, Ben Johnson was just like putting on a clinic, man. When it comes to scheming up things, what is the personnel called? Is it 13 personnel? I want to say when it's three tight ends. Please forgive me. I do not consider myself no type of guru, but no, they had a three tight end set a lot of times, and just cutting the ball back in the run block lanes and stuff like that to get the running back open and things like that. Just a lot of stuff that I don't see the Philadelphia Eagles try and even attempt, man. Even with the whole giving the attempts, where has Tank Bigsby been? He didn't get one touch. He didn't get one touch last week, and he's been averaging what 8 or 9 yards per carry or something like that on the first down. So I thought they would at least try him because you see it's two running backs for the Chicago Bears running all over y'all defense. We do have more than one running back besides Saquon Barkley. So I don't know, man. I just feel like all the way around, it's a lot going on with this team. With the Jalen Carter situation, just threw me for a loop. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I knew he was dealing with the shoulder. His play hasn't been what we were expecting. I want to say like he's still good. Do not get me wrong, but it wasn't what we were expecting. And then for this to come out with the shoulder on the procedure on both of his shoulders, this ain't good, man. I'm gonna let y'all know that's not good. Like, I don't know, like they're going to try to start putting in my man, the Vanilla Gorilla, or whoever, but this isn't good news going into this game. Um, Let me pull this stuff up too. I had some stuff written down here for the Chargers. Um, but as y'all know, or if you don't know, play the Chargers this upcoming Monday night. Um, Justin Herbert did get a procedure done on his non-throwing hand. Oh, what's up, bro? When is the next Mean Green? Yo, you right. I gotta hit Mr. Reggie, man. See if we can do something this weekend. We were supposed to do something. I want to say he asked me Sunday, but I had to work. Man. Couldn't get free. So I'll contact him, see what he got going on. I know he said his schedule just changed, so see what he's doing. But probably sometime this weekend, man. So stay tuned for that, bro. Stay tuned for that. And hopefully everything's good with y'all too. So everybody had a good Thanksgiving. But yeah, but back to what I was saying though. But Justin Herbert had surgery or procedure on his non-throwing hand. I feel like Vic Fangio is going to try and attack that. The defense has been getting at least 2 sacks a game, but Jalen Carter was one of those sacks. So from the last game, so I don't know how that's going to pan out this week. So, but Nolan Smith sacked last week and things like that. So I'm hoping that we can get to him. But they've been scoring like 24 points a game. I told you this run game has been. They went back to what they do best. They've been running the ball over the defenses and things like that with Vidal and Patterson or Vidal. That's how you say his name, Vidal. Uh, Two good running backs that they do have. Um, but with that being said, their defense also can be ran on. And I know we say this from week to week. What's going on, man? What's going on? I know we say this every week about the run game. Like last week, we thought Saquon was going to go crazy because of the Chicago defense, but they went crazy on us. So it don't even matter. But I'm hoping that we can get some type of run game going, man. I know with Saquon, he hasn't been doing his, it hasn't been his best this season. So I'm hoping he can get going. I need him to pay attention a little bit more, man, because it's like I said, with the offense already being as bad as it is, they got to be more on point to the details and things like that. I need him to be paying attention. Dropping passes and things like that. We can't have that. So on top of you not already being able to run the ball, so I think Saquon, just hone in on whatever he got going on. I know he been doing the commercials and things like that. The Madden cover might be cursed, might have cursed us, but I ain't even going to. I don't even want to think like that, man. I just want these guys to go out there and execute to the best of their ability and do what they got to do, man. It's not. I know it's rough. I know it's hard. Like I said, coming off of a Super Bowl winning season, but they gotta bro, they gotta pull through. You know what I'm saying? They're still one of the top teams in the NFL, especially in the NFC. You got the Cowboys fans. Oh my God, you, bro, it's every year it's the same thing around the same time like clockwork. There are 2 games. Is it 2 games behind us or a game and a half? 'Cause I know they got that tie. And like I said, they've been balling out, but it's like, bro, chill, calm down. Like, yeah, right now y'all doing well, but this season is still not over yet, man. And we can say the same for ourselves. If we keep dropping games, and we can talk about that too because I feel like if they don't win this game against the Chargers, bro, it's all hell gonna break loose, man. All hell is gonna break loose. I feel like, especially with all the things that are going on, like I said, the Captain Petullo situation, you're expecting these guys to rally around the coach. Yeah, coach, we got your back. We're gonna go out here, ball out, do whatever we gotta go do. You feel me? And if they don't go out there and do that, look like they're even, you know, engaged in the game, it'll tell me a lot. So, and then something else I wanted to talk about. Excuse me. Something else I want to talk about. Hard Knocks. Totally slipped my mind. I didn't even put that in my notes, but the Hard Knocks episode, which I'm always watching the Hard Knocks when they come out. That's like one of my past times when it does come out for the training camps before the season for whatever team. I do like to watch the show to get a little background look about what's going on, how they operate, things like that. And really didn't get to see too much with the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, they started their joint off with the Cowboys loss. They came back and came back and beat us, whatever the case may be. But we started it off like that. But a lot of things that we hear, and this is why I be sitting there saying this is why I don't be listening to the media out of Philadelphia because they tell you one thing. Oh, Jalen Hurts. They don't really like Jalen Hurts in the locker room, or he don't talk to players on the sideline, or he don't do this, or you know what I'm saying? Like he's just some type of weirdo, you know what I'm saying? And he's not. I'm sitting here watching the game now. All due respect, yes, he missed the pass when it was to Devontae Smith because, like we said, football. It's a zone coverage. He thought he was going to sit in the zone, opposed to just trying to cut that bad boy up the field. So it is what it is. Miscommunication, things like that. It's a lot of miscommunication though. So they need to get that right. But for them to come out and be talking about a quarterback that just came off of winning the Super Bowl, is an Super Bowl MVP, and I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but who cares? It's the truth. At the end of the day, people want to talk about Jalen Hurts. Where's your quarterback at? People talk about, and it's my thing with the Josh Allen and all that. Right now, hold on. Josh Allen is, what is it? 18 for 9, 18 touchdowns, nine interceptions or something like that, or 10 interceptions. I want to say Jalen Hurts got what, 18, 19 touchdowns, two interceptions. And y'all gonna be like, oh well, he ain't got the same type of talent. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear that. Throwing the ball is throwing the ball. It don't matter who you throwing it to, they got to catch the ball. Let's see right quick. Hold up. Let's for right now. Okay, this is Jalen Hurts stats as of today. He got a 66.1 completion percentage, 2,500 yards. Okay, 19 touchdowns and 2 interceptions for 103.9 QBR rating. So whatever do you want to say about that? Now let's look up Josh Allen right quick. Let's look up Josh Allen. And I'm gonna look up Justin Herbert too, because that's another player they always talk about. Moppity. So, all right, Josh Allen, regular season is 69.4 completion percentage with 2,832 yards and 19 touchdowns with 10 interceptions and a 99.8 QBR. Does that sound like if you put him on our team, he gonna take us to the promised land? No. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all be thinking I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Hold up. Let me see. We got one more, because we about to play this guy. They always got high praise for Justin Herbert, whatever the case may be. Let's see how he's doing so far this year. Okay, he got 20. All right, hold on. 66.9 completion percentage with 2,842 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Now, that's not elite to me. Also, Herbert gives up an interception almost every game, I want to say. If I'm not mistaken, let's look at this right quick. Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the last 5 games, he's thrown 4 interceptions. So 1 interception almost per game. 3-game winning streak. Actually, no, they're not. I'm tripping. I'm looking at that wrong. This is earlier in the year. Yeah. All right. So they just played the Raiders. Of course, it's the Raiders. They did what they did to them, 31-14. Raiders aren't a good team this year. They were able to stop the run with Genty, but I'm not on the Genty train, man. I know what he did in Boise State and things like that, but this is the NFL, kind of smaller guy. I feel like he still got some time to get himself together, but I'm not taking that as a gauge. I think Saquon's a better talent. I think Tank Bigsby's a better talent at this moment in time. So if they can figure out how to get to both of those guys running the ball, that will open up the passing. But my thing is this, or vice versa. Lean on the passing to open up the run. Whatever they're going to give you is my thing. They got to adjust, because at the end of the day, I feel like they just go out there and do what they think they want to do. And you can't always do that, man. These are real teams. They're going to play you the way they want to too as well. And do us like they've been doing it, like the Chicago Bears did us. Like stuff like that don't make no sense to me, man. Like, we can't be so big-headed and egotistical to think that, oh, we don't need to change nothing up, or we don't need to adjust. We're just gonna keep playing our style of football here and there and whatever the case may be, and it don't work like that. You say go Bears, yeah, go Bears, man. I ain't mad at you. Y'all came in there, y'all handled business. Can't be mad at that. So, which I got a tough schedule coming up. So you know what I'm saying? Prepare, buckle up, buddy. Buckle up. We shall play Green Bay next, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Green Bay? We're starting to get, somewhat hot, but Green Bay, another team too, with Jordan Love. I don't trust Jordan Love, bro. I do not trust Jordan Love. So, but he's starting to play well, well too. So I can't be too biased. So, so it is what it is. But yeah, but overall, man, like I said, Jalen Carter out probably into the playoffs, but I don't think that's even 6 weeks. I don't feel like it's long enough. If it was one shoulder, I could see like, all right, 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Or 5 weeks, he'd be good. You feel me? Nah, bro. Nah. He probably gonna come back on a pitch count and all that. You probably want to play him as much as they can, but you got to think he's up. Is it this year for the contract? So probably want to get that guy signed sooner than later. But this might honestly help the Eagles. If they do try to sign him this year, maybe for a lower cost. He's still gonna probably be one of the top paid DTs. But Just didn't see that coming, man. Really, I just thought my whole thing was this. I really just thought when they were talking about his shoulder in the beginning of the season, like, it was something where it was sore. They were trying to mend it back to health, but then he continued to play on it. You know what I mean? And using and things like that, and we could see that it just didn't look, like Jalen Carter of the past. So with this information coming out, I just feel like this is a heavy, heavy blow to the defense, man. Because this is, like I said, it was the bright spot on the team. With the offense looking the way that it's been, this was the bright spot. And he's pretty much the core of that defensive line. So hopefully whoever they put up in there can step up, do what they got to go do. But you ain't that ain't Jalen Carter in there. So right, go lines, man. I think the Lions got a good chance tonight though. But like I said, man, the Cowboys they've been balling, man. We can't sit here and be like, that boy George Pickens, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wish we would have got him. Not that we would be using his mind, but George Pickens done really changed that team around along with Quentin Williams and what's the bull from Green Bay, Clark. So, and then I think Overshown came back. You got a lot of guys over there. I will say that's been playing pretty well. So I gotta give it to Brian Schottenheimer, but I really need the Lions to go in there and handle business tonight, man. I know what's my man name, uh, the coach for the Lions, but he's been calling the plays. Ain't been doing too well. I want to say they're on a 2-game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken, right? Am I tripping? Probably just put it in here. Hold up. Go. One. All right, where are we at? I don't even know what week this is. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Okay, so they lost. Yeah, they lost to Green Bay and then they won against the Giants in overtime. I do remember that. So we see what they do tonight, man. I think God, I think the Lions gotta go out here. They just gotta run that rock, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's it called? I don't even know what you talking about, bro. I'm trying to read. I don't even know what you talking about, bro. But yeah. But back to what I was saying, I'm confused. I'm like, what? But yeah, I think they just need to run the rock tonight, man. Jameer Gibbs being the leading rusher for them. Dallas defense is starting to get it together, but they can still be ran on too as well. I know they're like excited and hyped. They done beat two of the teams that were in the Super Bowl, things like that. I get all that. I get all that. Don't get me wrong. I'd be hyped too. But let's be real. You have a quarterback that has not shown you when he gets to the playoffs that he can complete the mission. No disrespect. Like, I like Dak Prescott. If he was playing for a different team, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, I want to be as harsh as I am on him, but he played for the Cowboys for the last 10 years. He's won 2 playoff games for y'all. Regardless, my thing is, and that's my thing. People are like, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to the Super Bowl. Let y'all go to the playoffs first, man. And see if y'all can win another game there. 2 games in 10 years? Crazy. Crazy. He must be a soccer player. Yo, Doomsday, I don't even know, bro. I'm sitting there reading this. I'm like, I didn't know how to answer that. Because food ain't in football. It's football. So, but yeah, man. So I just felt like, they gotta take care of business tonight with the Lions, man. And then also with us, we just gotta take care of business. You can't sit here and be worried about another team. You feel what I'm saying? That we've been leading the division in, right? Why are we worried about the Cowboys? Can't worry about them guys, bro. You can't worry about them guys. You gotta let those guys go out there, be who they always have been. Okay, let the chips fall how they may, and focus on what we got going on in house. Now, like I said, it'd be nice if the Lions go out here and do what they need to do. But if the Eagles can't do what they need to do and continue to win, they ain't got to worry about the playoffs neither, man. Like, this is just rough, dog. This is just rough. I mean, I figured we was gonna have problems coming into the season. Players probably not injured, but just it's a shorter off season. Players ain't got that kind of that time to recoup with the health and things like that. And then now you're starting to see it pour out into the season, man. So I can't be too mad because you see that right. Y'all see that right there, right? You can't be too mad. But at the same time, I really hope, man, they can get it together. I really feel like, and I see it sometimes in the offense, like, oh my God, it's a spark. Dog, my heart start beating. I'd be like, oh my God, they done found something. And then they go completely left. So I don't know, man. We just gotta see, man. We control our own destiny. Keep winning. That's it, man. That's it. And it is hard to win in the NFL, but at the same time, man, it's very doable with this team. It's just, do we have the competence? Get the ego out the way. Do we have the competence to be like, all right, look, this ain't been working. Let's try this, okay? And let's not go away from that because it's not working. You feel what I'm saying? Because one time it don't work, they go away from something. Let's keep trying this, man. Let's throw this in there. Let's try that. It's really not rocket science. It's really just using the resources that you have around you. I said this before. Vic Fangio was a consultant for the offense. So my thing is, you have him as your DC right now. You should be going over there and talking to him. What are you seeing that we could be doing better on the offense to make this team go? So we got to keep bringing your defense out there every three and out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's what I'll be doing. But that's me. You feel me? So, um, you just got to put the ego out the door, man. It doesn't have to be hard, bro. Like, bring somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's your man Nick, but if you see your man is struggling in a certain area, and same thing with Nick too, because I'm thinking him being the coach for these last couple of years, you would think he would update his computer chip. All right. And what I mean by that is if you can't call plays, well, when Kellen Moore was there and Shane Steichen was there, even Brian Johnson had a top 8 offense. Why aren't you like, all right, I'm over his shoulder trying to learn? I'm trying to learn, bro. I'm trying to get better. I want my team to look at me like, even if I don't know how to do something, then we be seeing coach, he over here doing this, learning how to call the players or learning how to, you know, intertwine this into the offense or whatever the case may be. So that's the type of mindset you got to have. Not to say that's not what Nick has, but it's like you have damn near all the pieces in the building. You really don't need an offense. Now that I think about it, you don't even need a consultant for the offense if that was what Vic Fangio was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. These are just my thoughts, man. I just be baffled sometimes because it's like I know people are upset and all these other things, but it's like, bro, they honestly got all the pieces in the building that they need. Like, like Captain Petullo, take your behind to Vic and see what you can be doing better. See how you can be scheming the offense up a tad bit better. He's right there. Go knock on that door, man. Go up in that box. I know you don't want to go back up in that box, bro. Go up in the box, bro. See if it make a difference. I think people are too worried about how we gonna look at them. Don't worry about how we gonna look at them. Worry about keeping your job. You feel what I'm saying? The way you keep your job is you winning. You calling a great offense. You just doing what you supposed to be doing. I don't think it's rocket science, man. You got the players. You got whatever you need. The front office, all that. They get you whatever you need, man. It's down to these two. Can y'all call a good offense? So, and we know we've seen it before. Somebody else has called it. We've seen it before. But they got to get to the point where if Nick Sirianni is going to be on this team, bro, or the head coach of this team, they got to figure that. They got to figure that portion out, bro. They got to figure that portion out because we can't keep resetting every year, bro. OC after OC after OC. This is ridiculous at this point, bro. Ridiculous. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But how long I've been up on this joint? 33 minutes. Y'all got any other questions about tonight, about Monday, about Jalen Carter, who we just I think Buddy gonna miss the rest of the season. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. So two shoulder procedures, bro. Probably need like 2 months. I had a slap tear. It took me like 2 months. I want to say 2 3 months, and even then I'm moving it, but it don't feel right. It feel good now, but you can't. I don't know exactly what's wrong with his shoulders, but you can't rush that back, bro. Especially with the position that he play and how he needs to use his arms. So. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm not seeing 5 weeks returning because that's the kind of the problem we got now with Landon Dickerson. Trying to rush him back, not letting him heal up. Now he on a limp. He on 1.5 knee. So it's man. I know it's a part of the game, but I think they should have monitored this a tad bit better, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They should have just been monitoring these things a tad bit better. So, but with that being said, like I said, if y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about, or any questions that y'all want me to answer before y'all get up out of here, please like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe. If y'all want to hear more about y'all Philadelphia Eagles. We do play Monday night. I'm gonna talk to Mr. Reggie too. Maybe we get a Mean Green podcast, like a little preview of what we can expect from the Chargers and the Eagles Monday night, and talk about this Captain Petullo situation, which is it ain't really too much more to talk about, man. I just hope that this kind of woke him up too a little bit as well, because maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe he's just not being tough enough. I couldn't tell you. Like, one of the players, he seemed like a nice guy, but when he got to talking about his family today or yesterday in that press conference, I seen it. You seen something in there, so I know he got it up in him. He just got to let it out and just take control of what he can control and let the chips fall where they may. So, like I said, with all that being said, man, it's now from the No Cut Sports Podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe. I will be seeing y'all soon. We done lost Jalen Carter, y'all, but we got to keep the hoop. But with that being said, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Go Birds, baby. I'm going to holler.